Well, congratulations, graduate. You were awesome. You finished on time and your work was impeccable. I just can't say enough good things about you. Congratulations.
Thank you. I appreciate it. And all of your help and support along the way.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. It was a pleasure. So I have a few questions for you. What did you like and love about the program?
Uh, my first response is, how much time do we have? Right. So, a couple notes that I have down here is I love the way that it was set up. It was very organized, and each chapter, Dr. Ruth spent time talking to us about the anatomy, physiology, the function of that system or those specific organs. And I thought that was instrumental, giving us the education in the background before getting into, how do we, treat that. And then, when we started off the coaching program, she spent a lot of time talking about the difference between conventional medicine and TCVM and functional medicine. And I think that's just really critical to understand how others, how they may view any veterinary services or other coaching or feedback that they're hearing from others out there to help treat their pets. So to me, that those pieces were pretty instrumental. I loved that we actually had some business coaching and training along the way to help set us up, or things that we need to be aware of as we go through the program to make sure that we hit the ground running, especially once we graduate. And then the last thing that I have, I really enjoyed the coaching sessions with Dr. Ruth, but the homework and the mentoring where you're giving us feedback, I personally would love more of that. So I will jump to that in future questions I'm sure you'll ask, but I enjoyed the being able to do the videos and stepping into what, getting us comfortable with being on camera, and using those skill sets that we're going to need to be successful in coaching.
Nice. Thank you. That's awesome. Well, where do you think some areas of the program can be improved?
Yeah, for me, I would love to have a deeper dive into the TCVM, specifically the energetics of food, associated with glacier peak results, or things that we need to understand which one do we potentially prioritize. I think I personally felt that TCVM was a little confusing, and I'm sure that's very, very challenging part of the training itself. But having deeper dive, even being able to have some case studies, and where I think there could be some improvement is I like the cohorts that we had, the coaching sessions every Monday, and there just wasn't enough time, right? And I know that Dr. Ruth has limited time, but I'm wondering if there's different opportunities that we can have where the students are working together and learning from each other. So an example would be, I don't have much experience with real mushrooms, right? And you had talked to me about, your experience using them, and a couple other students had experience working with them compared to MycoDog. And so being able to just hear people, their background, their experiences, because we're all bringing something different to the table, and maybe working through some case studies together, or looking at it, being able just to review different perspectives of how it would be approached, and whether they're real cases or not. That's what I would love. And then it's building that camaraderie with your colleagues, and feeling comfortable that we can reach out to discuss business opportunities or specific cases with other individuals.
I love that. We have on our list of to-dos, hopefully we can get there, is to have a business development session where folks call in and we ask them to commit to certain actions, like I'm going to make 3 calls this week to groomers, or I'm going to just and hold folks accountable, maybe do a leaderboard. Well, that's all stuff that is to come. So that is a fantastic idea, and I love it. I really love the camaraderie part. We really build off of each other, and there more than one brain is better.
Right, right. And I found that there are several people that, during those coaching calls, we were talking on the side, or for me, because I have the animal aromatherapy background, there's a couple people that might have asked questions, and I messaged them and said, hey, connect with me. I'm happy to help, give you some recommendations. So that was helpful to build some of that. I think there's more opportunity. And then I'm guessing you would know best, but it felt like maybe there were some people that weren't consistently on the coaching call. So just wondering what could make them feel more comfortable, or is it because it doesn't work with their schedule, or whatever that looks like to
That's usually it.
Yeah, to get them more involved, because I know that we can learn from them as well, and vice versa.
Excellent. I love that idea. And just maybe have an evening call.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be with Dr. Ruth.
Right.
That is just a brainstorming session. So that would be fantastic. If nobody joins, then just hang up. Go fix dinner or something. I love it.
Right.
Okay, what would you say to someone if you were recommending the program?
Well, Fausto and I had a nice conversation about this, during our coaching call. One, the hands-on experience, not only with you, but it's with other coaches, and Dr. Ruth is, I mean, you can't put a price tag on that. And that's above and beyond what I was expecting when I joined. But the quality of content and the way that it's organized and the hands-on experience, I think is the game changer compared to a lot of other programs. A lot of other programs might have really great content, but if it's not applicable or you can't apply it, then it's missing the mark. So and I love that Dr. Ruth would point out things. These are the things that you're going to see more often than not. And she was very transparent of, these are the challenges that you may be facing, with customers that have been told one thing, but you have to help professionally, you got to walk that line of how to support them. You're not diagnosing, but you're educating along the way. And I think that transparency is critical to my confidence going into coaching calls that I didn't have before. And I could tell, just being able to do the homework assignments, even though I felt that, well, I could always learn more, I felt comfortable and confident in the content that I was sharing to be able to do the assignments, and then of course do the final exam.
Love that. So what would you like to see more of? You mentioned more in-depth TCVM, and then the we'll just call it brainstorming calls. Anything else? I think we probably already covered this, where the improvements were.
It's tough because time is money for everyone, but I think any time that we can network, or and I think I've seen more of it towards the end of the certification than at the beginning, where people are jumping into the chat and asking questions, or posting, hey, check out this free seminar on gut health, or hey, who's going to this animal health event. I'm seeing more of that now than than months ago when I started. So if that continues, then I think that forum continues to be a great resource. But if it starts to die down, what can we do as graduates? What can we have mentors do to help facilitate the conversation more? Because again, education is going to be what's helping keep us ahead of the game and give value to the customers. And it's constantly changing too.
Oh, all the time. My last mentor call, we were talking about folic acid versus folate in supplementation. And there's been some scientific updates on those two ingredients. So I have much to learn about that, but to have someone that has done that deep dive and can educate the rest of us would be awesome.
Right.
So I love that. More community.
Right.
Okay. So how are you planning on using the information? You're going to incorporate this into your aromatherapy, right?
Absolutely. This truly is the foundation of, what I'm looking to coach to with customers. I knew I was missing a piece from the essential oil side of it. nutrition is the foundation to every living thing. And so for me, I think that's a very a focus that I can have, and I think it's a common term or concept that most people understand. They just don't know necessarily how to do it and what are the steps. And now I feel comfortable and confident that I can help guide them. So how am I going to use this going forward? I'm going to continue with getting on social media. I'm going to actually start building some content to do some trainings around this. And then, as you already know, is my mentor, is I'm working to partner with some local humane societies around my area in Michigan, and see if we can help get the education out about nutrition, and especially for those animals that are coming in that probably have not had any type of support in that area, you know, in their life. So do that, and then of course I work with groomers as well.
Awesome. Well, that just is chilling to me to actually go to the folks that need it the most, the shelters and stuff. So that's wonderful. Appreciate your work already. So are there any success stories you would like to share?
Yes, several. One I'm already I continue to work with. She was one of my students that I coached from in the final exam. And Kira, I talk to almost on a daily basis. I suspect she will be joining in the near future based on your recommendation. We're talking through that. But we've developed not only, you know, a mutual respect for one another and what we know about the industry and how to help take care of our animals as well as ourselves, but we've developed a friendship, you know, and she's in Pennsylvania, and you know, we've talked about, okay, what does it look like for us to potentially meet up in the near future and introduce our animals? And so it's just, to me, it's more than just helping out animals and humans. There's friendship that can be made when you have that common ground and that respect and truly enjoy sharing information with one another. So that's been a lot of fun. And then the other example, and you already know about this, is Fausto. He's already joined the team, and staying in contact with him, and not only helping to share ideas and recommendations back and forth, but him keeping me up to date with what's going on with his dog, so I can help to know more on what he's doing to support Tiffany and things that he learns, and you know, and continue to you know, apply to help, you know, make sure that she has the best life possible. So those are a couple of my success stories, and I owe it all to you and Dr. Ruth in this community, because I wouldn't have been able to have those contacts if the community didn't exist, and then I didn't have the coaching and confidence to be able to help work with them and make sure that I'm offering the best foundation for their animals, and we can continue to build on that.
That's wonderful. Thank you so much. I just thrilled that you decided to join. It truly, for me, and I think you've experienced the same thing too, it's been life-changing.
Yeah,
so
absolutely. And I can't wait to see what the next year holds, now that I have the comfort level and the confidence to truly coach and share my knowledge and my experience.
Awesome. Well, I can't beat all that. That's wonderful. So it's been an absolute pleasure to work with you. And this isn't goodbye, but it is a see you later. Do you have anything else you'd like to add before we wrap up?
No, outside of the fact, I just want to thank you for the amazing job that you have done as my mentor, as my coach, and someone that I would love to obviously stay in contact with. And I look at, you know, you and the community as a part of my journey on this long journey that I'm going to have going forward, and helping, you know, make my impact on the world, and that's humans and animals.
Right.
Thank you.
I would much rather help pets first. But you kind of got to go through their people.
Right. They're going together, but I think
Yeah.
the animals, yeah, I think their way of showing their appreciation, you know, I I can never get enough of. So looking forward to even more of that and having more success stories the next time we talk.
All right, sounds great. Well, we'll be in touch. So we're gonna
Yeah.
wrap it up and see you later.
Thank you for everything. Appreciate it.
All right,
Okay.
bye.